history. Before time had a name, before pyramids kissed the skies and empires stretched across continents, there was Africa. The mother of all. The womb of humanity. The first heartbeat of the human race. And today, we tell her story, not as it has been distorted, erased, or colonized, but as it truly is. Glorious. Ancient. Wise. And endlessly alive. Scientists agree, modern humans emerged in East Africa nearly 200,000 years ago. In places like the Omo Valley and the Rift Valley, our ancestors took their first steps. In South Africa's Blombos Cave, over 75,000 years ago, humans painted and etched symbols into stone. They weren't just surviving. They were thinking, imagining, creating. Africa wasn't just the cradle of life. It was the cradle of civilized life. Long before Greece, before Rome, stood Kemet, or ancient Egypt. But Egypt did not stand alone. It was part of a larger Nile Valley culture that included the Nubians and the mighty kingdom of Kush. Pharaoh Tahaka, a Kushite king, ruled Egypt in the 25th dynasty. And the pyramids of Meroe in Sudan. There are more of them than in all of Egypt. To the east, the kingdom of Aksum minted coins, built towering obelisks, and embraced Christianity before most of Europe. In West Africa, the Ghana Empire was flourishing by the 4th century. Its wealth was legendary, derived from gold and salt. Then came Mali. Sundiata Keita laid the foundations, but Mansa Musa took it to the stars. His 1324 pilgrimage to Mecca stunned the world. In Timbuktu, manuscripts on astronomy, medicine, law, and theology filled libraries. African scholars wrote in Arabic, Fulani, and Ejomi. After Mali, the Songhai Empire rose. Askia the Great brought administrative brilliance and promoted Islamic learning across the Sahel. From Somalia to Mozambique, the Swahili coast thrived with trading cities like Kilwa, Mombasa, and Zanzibar. They traded ivory, gold, and spices with Arabs, Persians, Indians, and Chinese. These African merchants spoke Swahili, a language born from Bantu roots and blended with Arabic. East Africa was not a backwater. It was a beacon. Travel south, and you find Great Zimbabwe. Its stone walls still rise with no mortar holding them. It was a city of power, trade, and spirituality. Further south, the Zulu kingdom emerged under Shaka Zulu. His military genius turned small clans into a mighty nation. And in Botswana, the Tswana built towns and governed with councils and consensus. Africans pioneered mathematics, astronomy, metallurgy, and medicine. The Dogon people charted stars invisible to the naked eye. The Yoruba developed complex Ifo divination systems with deep philosophical roots. And in Kemet, Imhotep wrote medical texts millennia before Hippocrates. Spirituality was deeply tied to nature, ancestors, and cosmic balance. Africa wasn't discovered by the world. It discovered the world. But with foreign contact came foreign conquest. From the 15th century, Europe began exploiting African lands and bodies. But Africa resisted. Nzinga of Nongo, Samori Toure of Wasulu, and the Asante Confederacy all fought valiantly. Colonialism disrupted systems but never destroyed identity. In the 20th century, a new wind blew. Pan-Africanism united thinkers like Kwame Nkrumah, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Marcus Garvey. Countries rose: Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, Senegal, and more. The chains of colonialism were broken. But the scars remained. Africa stood. Bruised, but unbowed. Today, Africa is the youngest continent. It hums with innovation, creativity, and rebirth. Afrofuturism reimagines Africa in science fiction. African startups lead in fintech, edtech, and green energy. Music, fashion, film, and art from Nigeria, South Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Morocco shape global culture. Africa is not rising. Africa has always been. To know Africa is to know ourselves. Its history is not a side story. It is the origin story. From Lucy in Ethiopia to the pharaohs, from Mansa Musa to Shaka Zulu, from warriors to poets, from the past to the future. Africa is the mother. And she remembers everything. We are not starting a conversation. We are continuing the longest one. This is the story of Africa.